All right, guys. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, everyone, to the final day of this 5 day training. Right? It's been a let me say a smooth journey. Right? From day one, we did day one, we did day two, day three, day four, and this is the fifth day. And I hope that you guys have availed yourself of all the resources from the ISC2 dashboard. And by today, or by the end of today or tomorrow, I expect to have completed all the 5 domains of the CC material on ISC2 dashboard, including taking the pre-assessment questions and also the final assessment. Then you get the certificate of training from ISC2. You're going to get a certificate there, right? And I hope that after today's class as well, you're going to reflect on what we've talked about, and you're going to take maybe a week or 2 week study time, self-study, so that you prepare yourself for the exam and you go and take the exam. That's if you want to take the exam. And if you still want to just stay on the certificate of training, it's still okay. But all good. So today we have a lot to share with us today, starting from, we have to wrap up domain 5. We have to take 3 sample questions from domain 5. Then we move into what we want to talk about properly today. We've covered all the 5 domains for the CC material resources, right? So now, so just as usual, I'm going to pull up the questions. If you know the correct answer to the questions, just type the correct option in the chat. So the first question I have here from domain 5. Remember, domain 5 is on security operations, right? We did talk about that yesterday. We look at the different subdomains of domain 5. Now look at this question. Which of these is a type of corrective security control? Domain 5 has some element of physical control, physical security, and by extension, you talk about all those control methodologies, the corrective, detective, preventive, and we talked about that yesterday as well, right? So, which among these security measures or controls would be a corrective security control? You know what a corrective control is? Something that can restore restore something back to the state it was. Yeah. So is it A, guidelines, B, patches, C, encryption, and D, intrusion detection system? In fact, if you join yesterday class, I talk about B, C, D. I know we didn't talk about guidelines, but guidelines is just expert recommendation from professionals, on something, giving you recommendation on how to do something, right? They are not mandatory, but just expert recommendation. So which of them will be the correct answer? So we have some options in the chart. Uh, we all say patches B. Oh, yeah. So patches is what can correct, right? That can fix vulnerability or fix a bug. So if you go with patches, that will be the correct answer, right? Thank you. So encryption cannot correct. If an encryption is broken, it cannot stop the fact that the confidentiality of the data has been impacted. An IDS cannot, it can only detect but cannot act in the case of an IPS. So patches is the correct answer. Question two. Question two says, what is the primary goal of a change management policy? I talked about change management policy yesterday, even though it was not among the slides. It was what was there was configuration management, but by extension, I talk about the change management, right? Now, once you want to make some changes to systems, networks, or to security or controls, then you have to submit the request. Then the request is approved. Then it is implemented, right? And if it is approved, implemented, and there's a problem, then there should be a rollover. We talked about that yesterday. So looking at this question now, what would you say is a primary goal of a change management policy? Is it A, to guarantee that system changes are performed without negatively affecting business operations? Or B, to guarantee that systems are up to date with the latest security patch? Or C, to standardize the usage of the organization's network and computer systems? Or D, to standardize the creation of the organization's network and computer systems? So what option are you going with, guys? What will you say is the correct option here? Okay, I have someone say B. Right, let's see. So if you go with to guarantee that systems are up to date with the latest security patch, that would be doing vulnerability analysis, right, or doing scanning. But A will be the correct answer. You want to guarantee that system changes are performed without negatively affecting business operation, and that's why you have the change management board. Their, their function is to critique or to verify that the change you want to make is not going to affect the system. Otherwise, why do we have to approve and not approve? Just to ensure that the changes you want to integrate into the network or into the system is not going to affect the normal operation of that system. So that is the primary goal of the change management policy. So to guarantee that system changes are performed without negatively affecting business operations, right? So the third question here, um, what is the primary objective of a degaussing? Now, degaussing um, is part of data destruction. You know, yesterday we talked about data destruction, and I know I mentioned sanitization, which is replacing zeros and ones on the disks of all these drives and all those tapes or drives. But I don't know if I mentioned degaussing. Degaussing is just also a way of destroying data on the disk. So, looking at this option, what is the primary objective of a degaussing? Erasing the data on a disk, reducing noisy data on a disk, preventing magnetic side channel attacks, or retaining data on a disk. So, what is the correct answer? A. Someone say A. So to erase the data on a disk. Yeah, so we use the Gaussian for magnetic disks, all this HDD. So the Gaussian will not work on SSD but works on hard disk drive, HDD. So the correct answer will be uh, erasing the data on the disks. Now, I hope with this now you have an idea of the kind of questions that could be thrown at you during the exam, right? So, which is why it's very important for you to go through the material. Not only that, you also have to take your time to practice questions, right? And but at the end of today, I'm going to share the free 100 questions with us. Everyone who joined from day 1 to day 5. I'm not saying you must join the 5 days, but if you join at least one session, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, at least one, then you get a free 100, right? But for the Udemy, I'll talk about that before I end today's class. The free Udemy practice test I want to give. Now, talking about free Udemy practice test. So let me let you know why you also need a practice test. Let me show you so that you know why. Let me share that screen now. I think I have to share that screen with us too. So if you search for ISC2 CC practice test on Udemy. So I'm trying to search for ISC2 practice CC, ISC2 CC practice test on Udemy, right? Just want to show you something. Now, the reason why I want you to go, and though I'm not saying you must go on Udemy to buy, if you can lay your hands on any practice test from other vendors, other websites, or it's okay. But you see, the reason why I don't want you to rely on just the knowledge, what you've read and everything, and the 100 questions I want to share is because a practice test, the ones that simulate the actual test environment. Because some of us, I don't know if you've taken such international exam before, so that you know at least what to expect to some extent. So practice tests, they are timed, right? Because don't forget the CC exam is 100 questions that you have to answer in 2 hours, right? And you can even answer them before the 2 hours, but just to ensure that you're able to maximize time. Because I've had some people, though not CC exam, some people they walk into some exams and they run out of time and they fail the exam. So time management is part of what all these exams or tests are also trying to test you on. So if you buy any practice test bundle, right? So you're going to have simulations, like you have series of questions, maybe 100 or 100 plus, and you have to answer them in so hours, maybe 2 hours, right? And the benefit that also come with that with those things with those kind of practice tests is that at the end, when you answer those questions within the allocated time, you also get the score so that you know if you're getting this. And I'm emphasizing on this score in case some of you want to go and take the exam later. Ensure that you're taking practice tests and you're scoring at least 80% and above. Be scoring at least 80%, right? So, but if you can't get even 70% in the practice test, there might be a problem on the exam day. Don't forget to pass the CC exam, you just need to score 700 out of 1,000. And we can say that is 70%, right? We can say that is 70%. But for the practice test, condition yourself to at least get 80%. And some of these practice tests, they have different test banks. Some have two, three, meaning you practice one, you go to the next one, you go to the next one, right? And until you know that, oh, you're confidently scoring 80%, then you can say, oh, I think I'm ready for the exam, right? So, uh, also, one last thing that practice test also gives you is that at the end, when you see your score and you can review the ones you failed, you see explanations, the reason why a particular answer is right, why a particular answer is correct. So you'll be able to review that. So if you just search on Udemy, I'm just using Udemy as an example. You can use any website. I don't have any practice tests that I'm selling. I don't have, you see, and I'm not promoting anything for anyone. I'm just trying to look for expose you to more avenues that you can pass, right? So some of them, uh, like this one is too expensive. This one has C55. I think this one includes the training. Just look for the one that contain practice test. Okay, this one is the full exam or something like that. I know there are some that are few dollars or less than 10,000 naira, right? So you can if just look for the free ones. Okay, like I'm seeing this one 14,000. I don't know. There's one that I've just for my student before that I want to give out for free to as promised to someone today that I'm most engaged on this training. I think that one is a very good one as well. It has six set of questions. As I think is less than 10,000 naira. So you just do your search, look for the one you can afford. Just try and look for the one that just read the reviews, right? So that you're sure that you're buying something that what's it called? That is not that is well reviewed, that the questions are correct, that they closely. I'm not saying that practice test that you're going to that when you buy a practice test that you're going to see questions the question you say there will be the question you meet in exam, but at least you have you know you have this kind of reasoning, this kind of expanded view about the broader view about the topic, so you know those concepts in and out, you know nature of the questions, how the question can come, how you can answer the question within set time, and who knows, you might get some of those questions maybe framed in another way, but if you really know them, no matter how they tweak the question, you should be able to answer them. So the goal is not to meet the question exactly. In fact, you may not meet the question, but at least you understand those topics, those concepts that even the question is framed, if it's framed in any other way, you'll be able to tackle them. So that's for that. So before I move to the final things that I want to do today, do we have any uh, quick question or comment before we move on? So if you have anything to say, any quick question, any comment, right? I guess we're all good, right? So moving on now. Moving on now. So now, guys, in fact, I really want to thank you all for showing up every day for this 5 day training. Believe me, you've already taken your first real step into cybersecurity. For those of us that are new into cybersecurity, so you've taken your first real step, right? It's not easy to commit yourself for this 5 day training and you show up every day 1 hour for 5 days. And really, I'm proud of how far you've come in just a few days, in just five, especially for those that have also gone ahead and completed the uh, the training material on ISC2 dashboard. I'm really proud of how far you guys have come. But now imagine what we can accomplish if you're to go through a 3 full months together, right, in a structured course, right? Which is why I'm using this medium also to invite you to join my full cybersecurity bootcamp, right? It's 3 months, which is a 12 weeks intensive program. And you're going to go beyond the basics and actually develop skills, confidence too. So it's not just theory, it's hands-on because that's one of the gap. Some people teach theory for you to pass an exam, but this one is preparing you to take an exam and also demonstrating all those encryption we mentioned. You demonstrate it, you say it. All those security tools, firewall, you demonstrate and say it. DMZ. So you're going to be working with labs, malware analysis. You do all those things. Imagine what you can now achieve after that 3 months. Now, why is this bootcamp necessary? Why? You see, the global cost of cybercrime is actually projected to hit about $13.8 trillion dollars, according to some research, right? And which is to tell you that organizations will be scrambling around for how, by 2028, by the way, it will get to $13.8 trillion dollars by 2028. That's the cost of cybercrime, which is why organizations now we have to invest in security, whether AI security or automation or people to drive security, which is why there are opportunities that abound in this field, right? And those of you that are crossing into the cybersecurity to earn money, I'm telling you there's money in this field, right? Which is what, but you have to have not just the certification, you have to have the skill. That's one thing with IT, with cyber. Let me say cybersecurity. It's not enough. You can have all certification, but if you can't deliver, right? That's you're not really going to get to where you're going. Which is why in this bootcamp we structure it to be fully 70% hands-on and 30% for the theory, right? So let me admit someone here, and so 70% hands-on and 30% theory. So this CompTIA Security Plus certification is a step forward for you. In fact, in ranking, it is higher than the CC that you're going to take now, and it is a certification that is very loved by hiring managers. If you do a Google search, that the popular, that which certification is the most the most popular certification in cybersecurity, Security Plus comes up, right? And because this certification now is you can use it for both entry level to mid level roles, you know, not just entry level. The CC is just for entry level, even to some extent, but with this CompTIA Sec Plus, it's for both entry level to mid level. Not only that, this certification is actually it meets US Department of Defense 8570 compliance, meaning any federal rules, federal job that involve IT security, you need to be CompTIA at least CompTIA Security Plus certified. So you see, if you take this bootcamp, it has we spend a lot of 2 months for hands-on practical skills. Then there will be 5 days focus on preparing you to take this exam, like 5 day focus, 2 hours a day, to ensure that you go ahead and take this Sec Plus exam and pass it. So meaning at the end, you take the exam, you register for the exam, and you go and pass. You have one, practical skills. Two, you have the certification. Believe me, there are a lot of jobs waiting for you if you actually have the skill and you have this certification, right? Plus other certification like your CC, cloud, and any other one that you can lay your hands on. Now, what are the job roles? What are the job roles that, let's say you've taken this boot camp and you've taken this exam too, this CompTIA Security Plus exam. What are the job roles? So you can be a security analyst, right? Security analysts, they help organizations to understand threat vulnerabilities and risk of their business, right? And help them to detect, even as far as detecting threats, help them to keep their business, their systems, their network secure, to analyze, right? To do all those things. Then you can also apply that security analyst, that's a job. Another pathway is to be a SOC analyst. SOC means Security Operations Center analyst. So these are the guys that they actively, constantly monitor for anything, indicators of compromise, threats, attacks in the network 24/7. and it's a very, in fact, SOC used to be in three layers. There's a tier one, tier two, tier three. If you take the Sec Plus, you should perfectly fit into tier one, at least to start with, as entry level. Also, you can be a network administrator, like network administrator with a focus on network security. You can also be a system administrator if you have this certificate, right? Configuring, managing systems. And also, you can also be a risk analyst, right? This education also prepare you. You can go the route if you don't want to be a security analyst, SOC analyst, network administrator, system administrator. You can also be a risk analyst, right? You can work with organizations. You can also work as a contractor. You see, you're going to the Sec Plus uh, curriculum is so broad that is nearly touches everything, including cloud, right? So it's a good one to take. And also, the one that some of you want to hear, what is the salary expectation? If I invest in this boot camp and I take this Sec Plus exam and I pass it, so what are the jobs? Even if I take any of those jobs, like how much am I looking at? So in the US, I did a research yesterday. In the US, you can also do your own research too, but in the US, is around at least 55,000 US dollars. Between 55 US 55,000 US dollars and 100,000 US dollars plus annually, right? But if you break it down to Lagos, Nigeria, you should expect to earn around between 2.5 million and 6 million naira annually, right? Between 2.5 million and 6 million naira annually. So you can divide whichever figure you pick in between those, you can divide by 12. And also in the US, if you pick 55,000, between 55,000 and 100,000, you can pick any figure divided by 12. So that should tell you how much you should earn per month. So this boot camp is coming up August 5, right? August 5 next month. So for those of you that will be interested, right, you can, hit me up on WhatsApp, right? To book your spot, you can hit me up. We have flexible payment 3 times. We allow you to pay 3 times. So for the cost, and for how much you have to pay, twice each of the instrumental payments, you can hit me up on WhatsApp. I'll give you that. Don't forget, it's coming up August 5, right? So, and I'm really, really looking forward to you guys stepping up in your career. And the CCA exam that you want to start with is okay, right? Better to have one than not to have any. If you're really serious about cybersecurity, it's better to have one than not have any at all, right? So if you go through with the CC, let's see the opportunities that are bound. And if you want to level up, you want to scale up, move higher, like I've said earlier, the CompTIA Sec Plus is for both entry level to mid level, while the CC is just a beginner level certification. But it's still better than not having any, which is why I sacrifice my 5 days to actually give you for those people who are really interested in getting into cybersecurity and they don't know how to do that. And I've given them a pathway for the ISC2 Certified in Cybersecurity. So, and let's see the opportunities that will come after that. So, guys, really, I just can't thank you guys enough. And in the coming days, in the coming weeks, I want you guys to, in case some of you go ahead and take the exam, please share your exam success stories with us on the WhatsApp. If you're on our WhatsApp, the WhatsApp Telegram we created for this training, share it so that you can also inspire others or those people who are still procrastinating. You can inspire them, and we can also wish you. We can also join in your celebration, right? And if you're on our Telegram channel, also share your success stories there. Don't keep it at that. If you earn a certification or a milestone, even if it is just the certificate of training the ISC2 will give you, share it. Even though you're not taking the exam now, if it's that certificate, at least you're able to complete a structured learning. Some people don't be some people they may start something and not finish it, but you're able to finish something. Even if that training you finish and you got a certificate, share it. Share your success story with us on WhatsApp, share it on Telegram. And don't limit it at that on your social handles, whether you're on LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn, because you may attract that opportunities or some hiring managers from there. Share it on your LinkedIn, right? You can tag me, right? Look for Kazim Orlando. I can give you my LinkedIn handle if you message me. You can also tag me on my tweet X handle, right? I'll drop all my handles in WhatsApp so that I can also reshare it for you and give you that visibility so that in case somebody is looking for something, they know, oh, this person just earned certification, let's engage him. You never can tell. You see, opportunities, you never can tell where you find opportunities. That's the arena of life. So you just have to, put yourself out there. You can have a gold in your pocket and nobody will know. But once you shine it, once people see it, they know, oh, this guy has something to offer, something of value. So put yourself out there. Give yourself that visibility. I really want you guys to exit. Whether you join my bootcamp or not, I want to hear good news from you. I want to know that you're doing well, you're doing okay. Because the truth is, we need more hands in cybersecurity, right? We need more hands. Imagine last year that I had to leave Nigeria to go and train a financial organization, the employees on cybersecurity, right? Not because I'm that exceptional, or I would say I've done my own bits, but because you see, it's scarce. Why is it that they can't get someone who can take them there? So there are still what my point is, there are opportunities that are bound in cybersecurity, and this is a field that it will keep changing, right? Even AI um with the with AI now, you can bet that the threat landscape will get bigger, and we will need more new strategies, new ways of tackling threat, new ways of stopping attackers. That means you need new people of new way of thinking, new to bring more people on board to contain all these threats. So guys, don't forget to do all that, right? And uh, the what's it called? I'm going to share the after today's class. I'm going to share uh, the free 100 questions to everyone who joined from Monday to Friday. Even if you just join only on Monday, you're going to get it, right? I'll pull up that record. I have it. I know how many people who have joined at least once. So you get a free 100 later in your email. Please check your email, the spam mail or the junk mail, in case you didn't see it in your primary inbox. And finally, I promise to give the practice test bundle, the one on Udemy that I have. I can only give it to one person, and I hope you guys understand. I did mention this last Tuesday on Wednesday. So I said I was going to give it to someone who is consistent in this training, and someone also who engage on my YouTube channel. And I checked the record yesterday, and the person that has won it is Oladapo Onoyemi, right? I got it right? Oladapo Onoyemi. So congrats, guy, congrats. So I wish that what the bundle you're going to make good use of it, and I can't wait to hear your success story that you went ahead to take the exam and you passed it. So after the class, please hit me up on WhatsApp, and so that we'll fine tune the sharing, because you have to give me your email, so I will go into my dashboard on Udemy and gift the access to you. So guys, this is just what we have today, and I really 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 want to thank you guys for at least for your time, for your dedication, and like I've said, don't limit yourself. There is much more to what we can learn. Cybersecurity is so wide, but you've taken the most important step, which is just to start, and you started. So thank you guys once again. I don't know if you guys want to say something or you have a question or one thing quickly before we wrap it up. All right, guys. So guys, okay. Is there anyone want to say something? Please speak loud.
I have to say for now is thank you very much for your time for everything.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we hear our success story very soon.
I'm waiting. I can't wait. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So guys, don't forget my upcoming bootcamp is August 5th, right? So please, if do hit me up on WhatsApp for more details of the cost and how the installment goes and every other things. What you need to learn, I can share the schedule with you so that you know what to learn. It's fully packed, fully hands-on, and I bet you're not going to regret joining the boot camp because it's fully loaded. Imagine what we did in this space of days, an hour a day is not enough. But imagine we now have 3 months to go in depth into cybersecurity, not just talking about those concepts, but actually practicalizing it, setting up our own labs and doing those things, and also going further to take the exam. So, guys, I'll be I look forward to hearing from you guys for joining that to receive your interest in joining the boot camp, and also to hear your success stories of the exam you've taken, or whichever exam in cybersecurity, anything at all, or the training certificate. Share your success stories. Let's celebrate with you. So thank you guys. I hope to see you some other time. It's bye from here.